something so soothing about that. Big up to D Smooth, man. And welcome back to another episode of Rated G with Gary G. Garcia and Brian Licata. I'm your host, Gary G. Garcia, along with my brother in misinformation, Brian Licata. We're doing it again. For everybody who joined us this week on our last episode, we had a little bit of a breakdown. The man didn't want us to perform that night, so we wound up having to end it early. We apologize to everybody for that, but you know that's what happens when you go live. You know, sometimes the live doesn't agree with you.
So what actually happened was a couple blocks over where they have the cable cars, you know, like the trolleys that they have in San Francisco, a transformer blew underneath it and power got shut down for like 15 or 20,000 people in the city.
And you were one of them. We don't give a fuck about the other 14,999. I only give a fuck about the one that we were working with, man. So they shut us down last time. It happens.
Yep.
You know, but here we are. We're back again. It's Sunday. Happy Sunday to everybody. You know, if you're not here watching us, then I hope you're in church. Getting some wisdom. Nah, it's good to be here, man. I'm glad we're back. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too, bro.
How was your night, man?
Last night was good. I had an awesome weekend. I want to give a big shout out to Mike Perkins and Ahmed. I was out at the Alameda Comedy. I was out at the Alameda Comedy Club in Alameda, California. Also, huge shout out to the owners there, man. Lori and Patrick, husband and wife combo. It's an awesome club, man. It's like small. It's a wide room, but like really shallow. So it's probably like 4 or 5 rows of tables back, and then like 15 or 20 across. So it's like a really cool, intimate room for stand-up. And like, you know, Lori is like the bartender. The guy Patrick was the one running like the lights and the sound, and he like books people. And it was just a cool, you know, awesome little small venue. But it was cool seeing Ahmed and Perkins on stage too.
Rock and roll, man.
So it was good. Yeah, it was good. They did 3 shows this weekend.
Oh, dope. Dope. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, and I'm guessing that you're working on getting me out there. So I'm not even gonna say nothing because I know that's what you're doing. You're working to get me out there.
I'm making some connections at the club.
Yeah, that's what you got to do, man. What do you think? You think your job is done when you fucking think your job is done just because you're done? It's not done, dog. I want to big up Amanda Wright 9278 on Instagram. She's a listener. She says she listens to me every Monday on WZXL, man. Big up to Scotty and JoJo. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. So big up to her. I had a pretty good weekend, man. I can't lie. It's been rough. I gotta start like eating right, getting on top of my vitamins and shit like that. Because I'm just not a spring chicken anymore, man. You know, my nights started to affect my days, dude. I woke up today at 11 o'clock. I didn't set nothing up last night, like I said I was gonna do. I was too busy being fucked up, and I woke up this morning, though. It was 11:01, and I was like, "Oh my god, I could barely fucking move." The cat needed food.
You had to go out. You had to go out and get food,
and I had to go get coffee.
Did you go to Dunkin'?
Oh, yes. And as usual, why should we skip a beat, man? A big fuck you shout out to Dunkin' Donuts, man. I went in there and look, I went in there today, and today it was actually busy, so I knew
it was gonna be fucked up.
I knew I was in for a shit show, man. There was like 9 people there, and I was like, this is gonna be bad, and it was. It actually killed most of my time, man. It killed like 30 minutes. I spent 30 minutes getting coffee and shit. Fucking ridiculous.
What are you drinking there? Is that the coffee? Or no, you got something else?
Nah, it's the coffee.
That's the coffee.
This holds 1 large cup of Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Big up to my daughter for my llama cup, man.
What's up, mama?
Is that the cat making that noise?
Yeah, hold on a second.
Yeah. Why? I mean, I've actually never heard Mama make that, I guess, loud of a noise. You know, I mean, she was really, really meowing there. He's back. Is she okay?
Yeah, she wanted to get in my room. The door was closed.
Oh, she was just trying to get in.
Did you know that cats only meow at human beings?
I got to look that up and make sure that that's true.
Go ahead, check me on that, man.
Only meow at humans.
What do you think? I fucking just pulling this shit out.
Interesting.
You think I'm pulling this shit out of my ass, dog? You don't
Yeah,
think that?
yes, I do think you're pulling it out of your ass. Okay, so this is according to the ASPCA. Meowing is an interesting vocalization in that adult cats don't actually meow at each other, just at people. Kittens meow to let their mother know they're cold or hungry, but once they get a bit older, cats no longer meow to other cats.
Yeah, and the thing I read said they don't even meow with other animals. The thing I read said there's not even meows to other animals. I don't know if it was the NAACP or whatever. I mean, whatever that shit was that you just said. But yeah, isn't that crazy? They only meow. So if your cat's meowing at you, it's meowing at you for a purpose. It's not just doing it to do it.
Yeah, cats are they're really interesting creatures, man. They're very interesting because they are obviously so different than dogs. They're really they're like wild animals that are just small enough to where they're not dangerous to you. You know, if mama was like,
listen, mama's dangerous,
dude. If she was 35 pounds, bro, mama could kill you in your sleep, bro. That's like a bobcat. You know what I mean?
Then she'd be a bobcat, exactly.
Yeah, but that's like even a dog. Like if a dog is 150 pounds, it's still not going to be like it's not going to be fierce to you. It's not a killer. You know. Hold on,
65-pound pit bull.
Hold on. But it's not like you would have to abuse the pit bull. You would have to train it to be mean to people. But if you raise the pit bull nicely, it's not going to be a mean dog naturally. But a cat is a killer, period. No matter what size it is.
They're hunters.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Like, dude, Boots will eat some lettuce and like some other shit. A cat, no. Meat only.
My cat will eat a cookie.
Really?
Oatmeal. Likes oatmeal cookies. I don't know for what reason.
With raisins or no raisins?
It doesn't eat the raisins. Yeah.
See, there you go. No raisins.
Yeah. I never had a dog that ate fucking salad. Your dog eats salad?
Yeah. He likes pear and walnut with a little apple on the top.
So Boots is woke. He's like a woke dog. He's like, dogs can eat salad now. It's not feminine for dogs to eat salad now. We can do this shit.
He said he's trying to just, he's not a fan of factory farming,
Dude, all the food's fucked up. It doesn't even matter where you get it now.
I know, dude.
Because they're going straight to the source. They're fucking with the animals. You know what I'm saying? But before we go getting into dark shit and depressing shit and all that woe is me stuff that usually winds up popping. I hope we don't get into it. I hope we don't. But there's a good chance we're going to just start talking about some crazy shit. Because we don't only go live, people. We don't think at all of what we're going to do. And I think it shows in the show that we have no idea what we're going to talk about or anything. But I sent you something because it's something I want to start doing. I want to start giving people something like a nice thing to make their heart feel good before we get into just all the shit about life that usually takes us in the other direction. So if you're feeling down today and you need a little pick me up, this is the Rated G pick me up of the day right here.
Oh, a little monkey.
Look at that monkey. Look at him chilling.
Oh.
Look at that fucking duck. Did you know that ducks could smile? You see that duck smiling right there? I didn't know that their beaks bent. Look at it. Look at that face. They're both smiling. Look at that. It's cheeks. It even got the cheek things. Okay, that's enough feel good for the moment.
That was beautiful.
But I hope that made you feel good. I hope that made you go at least, which is why I love puppies. I always say you should try to pet a puppy a day. If I see someone with a puppy, I'd be like, can I pet your puppy real quick, man?
Dude, some lady had a dog at the show last night.
All right.
You don't think that's, I don't know. I've never
seen our shows all the time.
Really? Because
Yeah, man.
it's like service dogs and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, everybody's dog is a service dog now. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
buy the vest and it's a fucking service dog. You know,
It's a good
but
hustle.
yeah, we get dogs in there all the time. In fact, we had a popular dog in there once that has more followers than me. Yeah, no doubt, man. I just sent you a picture of it.
Of the dog.
Of the dog, yeah. This dog got more fans than me, man. It's got an Instagram where it's on boats and on motorcycles and shit.
Look at that. He's fucking.
Yeah, that's Buddy. That's Buddy right there. And Buddy, I was the only one that Buddy liked. He wasn't letting nobody else. Look at that. I have no fear. Look how close I am. That dog could eat my head.
Dude, he's bigger than you, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. And he still got balls. You notice that right there? He still got balls, man. Big
Dude,
up to you, buddy.
Yeah, look at these things, bro.
Big up to you, buddy.
Marbles. Marbles.
Got a set of marbles on him, right? Got a little set of marbles. But big up to Buddy, man. He's got a lot of followers, and none of them came over to me. A lot of my followers went over to Buddy, but none of Buddy's followers came over.
Big ass dog, dude. Who's his mom or dad? Who's his owner?
I don't remember the owner's name, but it was a real cool dude. And he told me, he said, yo, it's crazy that this dog is coming up to you like this, because normally the dog don't. Like, everyone was coming up saying, could I pet it? And he was like, please don't, because then everyone's going to come and start petting it, and the dog gets a little
nervous.
Yeah, it gets a little, which I'm surprised, because like I said, it's got like 20,000 followers. So it's like, you know, it's always on, like they got him on motorcycles with the goggles on. You know what I'm saying? Like it seems like it's a very well-tempered dog, but
he probably just doesn't like that many people around him, you know? It's like too much.
Yeah, but that dog loved me, dude. I have a thing with animals, man. I'm telling you, every time I go on tour, I wind up chilling with an animal somewhere. Just out of nowhere. I'll be sitting in front of the club smoking a blunt, a cat will walk up, start rubbing on my leg, and I'll be petting the cat, or a fucking raccoon, or like a fucking bull.
Do you think you were an animal in your past life?
No, I don't believe in that.
Yeah, I didn't think you did.
No, I don't think I was an animal. I just think that animals know the heart. I think animals are good judges of character, and I just think that whenever animals see me, they know that I love animals. It shows. I have no fear of like animals, man. Like that big ass dog, he told me that that it goes at people, and I had my face this close to it. At one point, it licked the whole side of my head, and I mean the whole side of my fucking head,
like a cartoon.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was a good dog, though, man. Yeah, but we allow dogs all the time. So if you got a dog and you're in Atlantic City and you want to go check out a comedy show and think you can't because you have the dog, as long as the dog doesn't heckle, the dog could come in. Well, we had a dog in there once. It heckled Buddha.
What did he say?
Buddha was just doing some joke, and I forgot what it was. Like at the end, at the punchline, it didn't get a laugh, but the dog started barking.
I'm sure he loved that.
He talked about it for about a week.
Yeah.
You know, my weekend, man, I had out here in AC, I had 4 shows, and they were all dope.
Really? All 4?
I've been on fire. I've been on fire lately. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but I've been doing some business on that stage lately.
What were you talking about in particular? Is there anything like new coming up? Any new topics, or are you just kind of refining some stuff?
A little bit of both. On Saturday, dude. On Saturday, we had like a pretty young crowd. It was like between 30 and under. And I literally just went off on how much they're fucking up the country. I was like, you like what you're doing to this fucking country, you fucking ungrateful twats. I went at them so hard. It was like I was looking at them and they all had sunset. And I was just imagining them talk out of pocket to me. And I just went so hard on them, dude. I mean, like just off the cuff, just totally abusing anyone under 30 years old. And then from behind the curtain, my man Sean, he's my curtain dude. He opens up the curtain for me and shit. I hear him dying laughing in the back, man. That meant a lot to me because he hears me all the time. So if I hear him dying laughing, I'm like, this is all new shit. He ain't
right.
None of this.
Right.
But it was good. I've had a bunch of good shows, man. I'm feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm a little tired, my nose is a little runny from the weather.
Yeah, I think there's something going around too, bro. I'm a little under the weather. I got the same little, just, a little cold.
Could be COVID. My daughter just got over it. Her and her man.
Oh yeah, really? My aunt got it.
You know, I mean, okay, like at this point, it's just like, oh, so and so got over the flu, and you're like, what do we care? You know what I'm saying? So and so just got over the flu. Yeah, all right, that's what you do. You know,
Get
that's
over
what you
it.
do with COVID too. 90 something percent, 98% of people will just get over it.
And here we go.
and we're off.
And we're off.
Nah, but I'm just saying, like, you know what's so crazy for me though? It's so hard to tell if I'm actually sick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta be really sick for me. A cough ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, the
I
cough is
cough.
kind of
It's not. I
constantly.
cough all the time. I constantly cough, dude. That's what happens when you smoke. That's what happens when you fucking don't take care of yourself. You know, you cough a lot. So I cough a lot. You
Mhm.
know, my nose is always running for one reason or another, man. Whether it's fucking allergies or drugs, and then you got fucking, like the pains in my body. Are the pains in my body aches because I'm sick, or is it because I was up till 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm 52 years old and I think I can fucking dance all night and I think I can still party without I had one meal? You know what I'm saying? I probably usually eat like one meal a day, with snacks around it.
Yep. It's usually a good meal though.
Denny's. Pick up to Alexandra from Denny's. One of the waitresses over at Denny's, she came out with her man, celebrated their anniversary. She came out Friday night to
cool.
check out the show, man, and that was cool. I got her in, hooked them up,
Nice.
So big up to them. I'm glad I could give you guys a night out that didn't cost you anything but drinks.
Mhm.
Can't get you the drinks, but I can get you in. So big up to them. I went out, bought a bunch of new shirts. Here's another new shirt I just picked up.
What you got there? Is it
Pray
pray?
with the dollar bills in the corner, the hundreds in the corner. I don't even know why. I just liked it. Money and religion. They kind of go hand in hand. So,
Yeah, they definitely do.
Yeah. So I kind of like the shirt. I picked this up with another. I picked up a white version. Remember that shirt I bought with the little praying hands? I picked up the white shirt of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my black one's starting to get messed up, man. It sucks, man. Like every time I do my laundry and I pull my clothes out, I gotta like look for that little dark spot that for some reason it's just like a little darker, and you see a little circle there from the fucking washing machine. And I don't know, this washing machine's over here starting to like I keep getting little tiny holes in all my shirts.
That's not good.
No, it's not fucking good, man. And it's like, where am I gonna go, man? The other place over here just looks like it got blown up.
The laundromat.
Yeah, that was horrible. That's the one I went to where the dude was like, yeah, just drop your clothes off. And I was like, don't you give me something? He's like, $20. You don't weigh it? All right, 15. Motherfucker, I'm not leaving my clothes here. There's not too many places out here that I fucking like. This place is cool. It's clean and everything.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
It's just
yeah.
the machines are starting to fuck my shit up.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Yeah, then you got to worry about other people putting shit in there, and then if there's something else like on the machine from the last person, they can fuck your shit up.
Oh, I always look. I always spin it and look because I always find like earrings and shit stuck in there, and like you gotta pull them out.
Right.
People don't be checking their pockets.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Check the pockets, and you got to flip your socks, the right way.
Really?
Yeah, you never want to like, when you take off your sock and sometimes it gets scrunched. You don't want to put a.
Oh yeah.
You can pull it out. Yeah.
Yeah, always. I don't just throw. I don't
My
get
dad
people
used
just
to
throw shit in there.
Yeah, my dad used to yell at me for that all the time when I was a kid. He's like, "Pull your goddamn socks out." He used to get furious.
Because it's annoying, dude.
It is. Yeah,
and it doesn't annoy you because you're not the one doing the fucking laundry.
And that's exactly what he was saying.
Ungrateful fucking.
He used to lose it on us.
Yeah, then they're like, "Oh, dad's crazy. Dad's this, dad's that. He always goes off on the yeah." And people always wonder why person like me, why I go off on like elevators and like my key not going in the lock, and like like little things will trigger me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a reason for that. for every little thing that triggers me, that's a life that was saved. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a life that could have been very affected, either my life or their life. But either way, that could have been very affected. But instead of taking it out on human people, I bottle it up. I don't like to say I bottle it up because I like to think that I just let it go.
Stuff it down is the better way to put it. Because you're not exactly bottling it
No,
up.
I'm not. I'm not trying to hold
pushing
on to
it down.
I like to say I'm letting it go, but really I'm not, because what happens
You're
is
letting it go deep down inside.
Yeah. And then eventually, it's one thing. 5 or 6 people dump a bunch of shit on me. I deal with Dunkin' Donuts, and then I go to fucking some other store and deal with some other shitty fucking person that shouldn't even have a fucking job. But if they didn't have a job, then no one would even fucking be there. And then, then I come home and I try to put my key in the door, and for some reason, it's just not fucking going in. It's just like fucking like it's in there, but it won't go in. And I'm like, motherfucker. And then people are like, gee, you always tell people to relax. You always tell people to be, not to take shit. Why do you fucking flip out on, inanimate things? And it's because, I don't want to do it to people.
You're a humanitarian.
And eventually it just builds up. You got to let it out, and it usually comes out on a inanimate object.
Or the Comcast people. That's where it usually comes out for me. I bottle it up and then wait till then. Oh, and I actually have an update. Did you remember me telling you that Comcast kept charging me from my account in Florida? Did I tell you this? So when I move out of Florida, right? So anybody who's a Comcast or Xfinity customer, right? The company is nationwide, but it's actually broken down into smaller companies. There's a Mid-Atlantic, there's a Northeast, there's a South, there's a Florida, there's a Texas. So while you're an Xfinity customer, you actually have a contract with a smaller company, right? So when you move across the country, they say they keep your Xfinity account, but they just close your one in the one area and then start one for you in your new area. You understand what I'm saying a little bit?
Without you even saying you want to keep them. They just take for granted, oh, you're moving. Wherever you're going, you're taking us with you.
No. You called to tell them you're moving, because that's what I did. When I moved from Florida to Atlanta, I said, hey, I'm moving to Atlanta. They're like, okay, we'll transfer your account. But what they do is they close the account in Florida and then pass you off to the next region. And then they open you up a new account in that region, right?
Okay.
So the problem with that is they don't fucking talk to each other. You know what I mean? It's like it's like too segmented out, like their systems aren't together like they should be. You know what I mean? Okay. So I canceled my account in Florida, but they just put a pause on it. They didn't actually cancel it. I moved to Atlanta, I started a new account. Then they keep billing me for the one in Florida. So then I moved to California, canceled the Atlanta one, got no problem with that. They reactivate the one in Florida, and I'm getting charged $70 a month for my service, plus the fees for the thing. So I go into the Xfinity store here in California, and I'm like, yo, I haven't lived there in 6 months. I've tried to close this account multiple times. They won't close it. And the guy's like, oh, yeah, I don't know. The Florida branch, they just, I don't know what to tell you. Like, bro, what do you mean you don't know what to tell me? I'm like, cancel the fucking account. Well, you actually, you need to call down there because we can't do it over here, blah, 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 song, dance, whatever the fuck. So I like almost kind of lose it on them there. And I'm like, you know what? I'm calling my fucking, my bank. And I reported fraud on them. I called the bank and I said, I've tried to cancel this account multiple times. Xfinity won't let me cancel it. I don't have a service with them. I live in California now, and they're billing me for some shit in Florida that I don't have. Their system is fucked up, and I'm not paying for it. My bank refunded me the money and is fighting them for the fraud.
There you go.
So there you go. That's how you fucking shout out to Capital One.
Go fuck yourself. Oh, Capital One. Capital One look out. But fuck fucking Xfinity. Fuck Xfinity. That's what I'm on too. Fuck them. And while we're at it, you know what? Fuck New Jersey EZpass too.
Oh, again? Again?
Dude, I come home, right? I get a fucking EZpass letter in the mail. This is one of them. They keep sending me a bunch of them. I get an EZpass letter in the mail telling me that I owe $51.30. And I'm like, how do I owe $51.30? Because I keep putting the money on as I go. And even when sometimes I go on, it'll say your account is negative $12. So, I'll pay the $12 and put on some extra money. I'll put like $60 on. Pays the $12 and we keep it moving. So now all of a sudden I get a bill for 50 fucking 135. And I see the picture. It's me going through a turn of fucking going through one of the tolls. Right? And I'm like, I got EZpass. The toll was $1.30. The toll was $1.30. And the penalty
$51.30, $50.
No, yeah, it was $50 for going through the toll.
But what I don't understand why you got charged with a penalty.
I shouldn't have got charged with the penalty. I called them up right away, and because I'm like, yo, I have a card. I got
EZpass.
Why in the world would you even bill me anything? I put the money on, and not for nothing. You could see that I put money on every other fucking like twice a week. I'm putting money on that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's an account that if that goes under, I leave it like that for a long time. You could see that it doesn't go more than a day being below. So I call them up, dude. They had me on hold for like 47 minutes. And they don't even offer the callback. You know how some places like
the callback.
Xfinity,
I love the callback. The callback, yes. The callback really is nice.
I'll give props to Xfinity for that. Xfinity will say, if you want us to call you back, that's it. That's all they're gonna get. Yeah, but I'll give them credit for that. I give credit where it's due. These dudes don't even do that. They don't even give you, we'll call you back. They leave you on that shit, right? And they don't even play like a radio or anything.
See, I would rather have that though. What is it?
No, they play the same fucking Casio keyboard loop over and over and over, which I believe is to make you hang up.
Right.
That's what I believe it's for, is to make you hang up. It's to make you go, oh, shit, I've been on this for 20 minutes. I've been listening to the same do. And then the music only pauses for them to go, you can handle all your EZpass stuff online. If you don't want to wait on the phone, please go online and all right. Nah, that's not going to happen. I'm staying on this bitch. 47 minutes.
I think that what you're talking about in this, the erosion of customer service in this country is something that we can look at to really see how far down we've actually gone. Businesses used to care about the people, their product, and everything like that. And that's a big problem with capitalism, is when you really just go for the profit and you stop caring about what you're putting out and the quality and what your customers do. It fucks everything up all over the place. And it has such a big trickle-down effect.
But it's the people buying it. We're the ones to blame, because just because they're selling it don't mean we got to buy it.
My dad was saying that.
But everybody wants everything now. Yep. And everybody doesn't understand how things work in the long run. I mean, look what they're doing. Well, anyway, let me finish the story real quick.
Yeah.
Right? So now I'm on there for 47 minutes, and I'm starting to get a little aggravated. You can't help it, because that fucking loop just turns you psycho. They want you to either hang up the phone or murder your family. That's what they want you to do. That's what they want, because they figure if you murder your family, they got some good news for cable, right? So the chick finally comes on. She's a chick that sounds like she works at Burger King, old Burger King, when motherfuckers had attitudes. That's the kind of attitude she had. I said, I recognize this attitude. I remember this attitude from 1986 in Burger King. That's where I remember this attitude from, right? So she's giving me an attitude right off the bat, and I'm telling her, look, I got the thing. I don't know why I got charged. She says, well, what's your account number? And I said, oh, it's not on the paper you sent me. I don't have it in front of me, right? I said, can you use my license plate? Can't use that. Can't use this. Can't use that. And I said, all right, well, give me a minute. I gotta look for it. Mm-hmm. This bitch says,
you're gonna have to call me.
You got 2 minutes. I said, excuse me? She said, you got 2 minutes. I said, what do you mean I got 2 minutes? I've been on hold for 47 minutes. And she goes, well, you should have had that stuff ready. I said, well, you know what? When you were playing that fucking loop in my ear and telling me how I can go online, maybe they should have said, please have your shit ready for when your thing comes on. Nowhere on the page that you sent me does it say, when you call up, have your shit ready. Nowhere on that fucking recording did it ever say, please have your account number or your whatchamacallit number ready. Nothing. No warning at all. Now this bitch is going to come and give me 2 minutes. I said 2 minutes. What are you, fucking crazy? I said, you need to show a little patience. She said, well, we have other people waiting. I said, I know. I was one of those other people for 47 fucking minutes. You know what I'm saying? And she said,
Dude, yeah, I'm right
and
with
she
you.
says, you got 2 minutes. I said, listen, we already spent 3 minutes arguing over this shit. If you would shut up for a second and let me look for it, I'll find it. And she says, sir, there's no reason for you to be talking like that. And I said, you know what? You're right. Do me a favor. Put on your supervisor.
There you go.
She said, what? I said, I want to speak to your supervisor. She says, please hold on. I said, no problem. I've been doing it all day.
Yep.
Right? The supervisor comes on, and I just explained to him what's going on. And also, by the time he come on, I had my account number. And homeboy's like, oh, no problem. And I said, the truth is, dog, that's the first toll that I went through, because that's the AC toll.
Right.
So no matter where I'm going, that's the first toll that I hit. How is it I got charged for that toll, running that toll, but I didn't get charged for running any of the other tolls after that?
All the way up to New York and back.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be fucking like 5 or 6 things here. No, just that one toll, the first one, not the last one, the first one. So the dude, real cool. He does it in a second, dog. Takes it off, no problem. Charged me $1.31 for the toll, you know. But I didn't let it go. I got white on him.
Oh, nice. You went Gary on him?
No, I got like Karen on him. I was like, that chick that was just talking to me, dude, I made a crazy complaint on that chick. I said, listen, man, I know I'm not the first one. I don't know if she had a bad day or whatever, but you tell her she needs to take that attitude to fucking Burger King. All right? I don't think you want that person working for you. It's bad enough you motherfuckers are a scam.
Yeah.
You know how many people would have just paid that shit?
Dude. I've kind of adopted this attitude, I guess, over the last, 15 years of my life. I ain't paying shit when it comes in the mail like that, dog. Hey, you can blow me, Mr. Dentist.
Exactly.
Hey, Mr. Medical Bill, suck this cock.
The medical bills, dog, they're still trying to get the money from my left nut, man. They're not going to get it because they did both nuts on the same day. I paid them for the right one. They should have only did the right one. I would have came back and paid them for the left one. But unfortunately for them, hey, Stormy, welcome back, girl. Glad you're with us, man. Traveling runner. Yeah, baby. Peace to you, my brother. Go Knicks. Made it to the second round. But I'm not going to go crazy over that. Also, go Rangers. The Rangers fucking pulled out a Game 6 win yesterday. That was much needed. Now they're going to Game 7 against Jersey. My heart is not torn. Let's go Rangers. Someone say, oh, who do you root for? What the fuck you mean, who do I root for? New York, bitch. New York. Which isn't even such a great bragging right anymore. I could brag about being from New York because I came from New York in the 70s. Mm-hmm. That's when New York was New York. Grimy, hard, real. You know what I'm saying? The old 40 deuce, dangerous. I mean, now it's just dangerous and soft.
Yeah.
It's like dangerous and fucking soft.
You know, it's really funny, man. I was at the shows this weekend, right? And the crowds in the Bay Area are so tight. They are wound so tight.
I don't even want to go out there.
Dude, it's like the one comedian. I don't really want to give away the joke, but there were these 2 Chinese women in the front, right?
Oh, so they got Chinese people going to comedy shows out there.
They do. They don't laugh though.
Oh,
but it was
getting them there is half the battle.
It was a younger woman and an older woman, and he said something like, "Oh, is this your daughter?" Right? Because they weren't sitting. They were sitting next to each other, but not at the same table. And it's like a dumb, stupid joke, haha, like whatever. Nothing, bro. Just flat. And like, and he did just like, there were all these jokes that were like, they're good, they're smart, they're funny. Like, sure, maybe they're like a little edgy, but it's like, they're just nothing, man.
It must hurt when they shit.
I don't think they shit, bro. I really don't. You know what they do? They tweet. That's what comes out of their mouth. They tweet.
The traveling runner says, good to see you got your electricity back. Yeah, I'm glad you guys came back, man. That last show was a shit show, man.
Dude, it was nuts.
The man was on us, man. But if it's gonna make you feel any better, Brian, there was a little part of me that was relieved. I felt a little off that night anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like that's the way the day was going. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's good. Maybe I was finally gonna say something that actually got me canceled. You know, with all the shit that I've said, maybe I was finally gonna say something that fucking did it. I just realized I was covering up, mama.
I hope one day that we have enough fans from this podcast that people make clips of the show for us just because they like it so much. And someone goes through all the things that could cancel us and just puts it into one nice compilation.
Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't go reminding people of shit I said. You know what I'm saying? Like if I get away with it, let me get away with it, man. Don't go reminding me of shit.
It's gonna happen, dude. I can't wait until that one day in like fucking 2035. Where a reporter comes up to me like, do you remember in February of 2021 what you and Gary said about the government? Do you remember that?
Oh, forget about that. Remember what I said about Bezos' fucking rocket ship?
Yes.
I'm not even gonna repeat that. You want to find that shit? You got to look in the archives, boy.
I thought that 22.
I don't know, but that was raw shit. I was saying some crazy shit. Yeah. But listen, people, that's another thing I want to say, man. If you go to a fucking comedy show, do me a favor, man. Just put your fucking phones away. I had this dude in the front row yesterday, and it's fucked up because in resorts we don't have no security. No security. We're the security, which is not a good thing for anyone who might act up because I don't have that training. I'm just gonna bite you or some crazy shit, you know?
Right. Yeah.
But there's a dude in the front, and I, you know, when you're up there, you don't want to. I had the crowd. I was killing it. Motherfucker filmed the whole entire set. He filmed like he's just sitting there the whole fucking. And I really want to say, dude, stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? And the truth is, I don't mind if somebody film like if they sneak it and they catch me, I don't care. But this dude's right in the front, just like, and I'm like, you know,
you didn't say anything to him from the stage.
Nah, I was doing too good. I didn't want to fucking, and he was like, you know, like I didn't want to say nothing. That's what you need security. Go over and say, please put that away.
Right.
Then I don't gotta say it, and I could continue to fucking, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't say it because the dude was really enjoying himself, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he really did love it, and it was like I was in that place of like, oh fuck it, you know. And here's the thing: I don't mind if you catch some of my set. I don't mind if you record some of my set. I don't, you know. And if you want to post that, fine. You paid the money to see me. In a sense, I'll give you a little bit of ownership of that in the sense of your experience. It's your experience. You paid for it. If you want to share it for free, go ahead. You know, but the whole fucking set.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Are you going to post the whole fucking set up there, man? So I could get fucking canceled by fucking 15-year-olds on TikTok who don't even have enough money to buy a fucking ticket, nor can they come to the shows because they're not old enough. It's just frustrating, man. You know, it's no different than the people who come to the front row and start talking. Just start having conversations like there's not even a show going on. Why did you come? Why are you here? You know what I'm saying? Fucking dummies. You know, I should have waited till after the show. And then when he was leaving, say, "Can I get your phone, please? Lord? Could you give me your phone?" And then just deleted it. Like a gangster, too. Like put him in a corner and be like, "Yo, give me your phone, son." Yeah, open it up. Open it up. Let me see. Put that eye there, bitch. And then
you would have to go into the recently deleted to make sure you delete it from the deleted folder.
Yeah. But whatever. Shout out to Jason Scoop for getting noticed by New York Times article. No doubt, man.
No really? Doubt. Yeah,
big up to my boys. Dude, Jason Scoop, man, he saw the opportunity. He ran through that fucking door and he's been making the most of it. And here's the thing, it's not like he just started doing this. He was doing this before, you know, he was doing this Trump thing before.
Hey, traveling runner, do you have a link to the article or something you can put up?
But big up to him, dude. I told you there was one video he did where he had like every major newscaster fucking filming him. You know, and then he just did something I think we talked about last week where he was hanging out with one of the senators or something from that shit. You know, but big up to Jason Scoop, man. That's my dog, and I love to see your career flourishing, man. I love that shit.
Yeah, here you go. He was with Santos. In just the last few
Yes.
weeks, he showed up outside the Manhattan courthouse where Mr. Trump was being arraigned, making himself in a pair of oversized dark sunglasses, brief shot sideshow for a mob of reporters. He laughed gamely as Trump, impressionist, filming outside the U.S. Capitol, pretended to choose him, George Santos, as his vice president running mate. So that's what he did. That's what Scoop did. He was outside the Capitol.
Oh
And
yeah, dude. He
it said
don't play.
Santos was going to be his running mate. Oh, it's Scoops. Good for him, bro.
That's my dog, son.
He's hysterical.
Big up to him.
Yeah.
Big up to Jason Scoop. Catch his podcast, the Trump podcast, man. You got to catch the Trump podcast, man. That shit is really good. Yeah, man. So what was I just saying? I forgot what I was just saying.
Dude, he's a nut.
No, he's the shit, dude. I'm telling you. Fucking Jason Scoop is going to be a star. He's already a
You're right, dude.
He
is going to be a star. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. Happy to see his rise. Let's go, Scoops. Shout out to you, bro.
Yeah, man. See, I love to see my people doing good.
Which is crazy because a lot of people love to see you doing bad.
They do like to see me doing bad, dude. It brings them joy. And I'm sorry I can't bring more joy to your lives. Because in case you're wondering, I'm doing good. Even on my worst day, I'm doing good. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been getting, we were talking about where I said I've been getting sifted for the last month and shit. Mm-hmm. But now I'm feeling energized. I'm feeling rejuvenated. You know what I'm saying? I am rich. For a second, I let the society tell me I was poor and broke, but nah, that's not the case. I am rich, man. Mm-hmm. And my God shall supply all my needs. So I don't worry about a fucking thing, man. And I literally am pew, 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 traveling runner, baby. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, I'm rejuvenated. I'm focused, man. I'm back on point. It's coming out on stage, mm-hmm. And I'm in a good space right now, man. That's not to say I'm not gonna cry later. I do that every day. I got the wind behind my back. Yeah, dog. Yeah, dog. And I got my sneakers on with good grips. With good grips, dog. That's what you need, man. So that when the wind comes blowing, dude, you don't slide too far in front or slide too far behind, man. Mm-hmm. You got to hold your ground. Grab hold of the tree with the deepest roots. Stand firm on what you believe, dog. And that's what I've been doing, and I've been feeling good about it, man. I've been really also very what's the word when you're not fucking with anybody? Secluded.
Secluded.
Yeah, I've been keeping myself very secluded.
Like a hermit?
No, not like a hermit. Just like not allowing energy around me that's gonna take from my energy. Right now I'm trying to surround myself with energy builders mm-hmm. instead of energy suckers.
It's hard, man. I got some friends who
well,
suck,
the truth is there's not many energy builders around me, which is why I've been alone a lot. Uh-huh. You know what I'm saying? But in being alone, once again, a lot of people get bored, a lot of people get lonely. Not me, dog. If I'm alone, I know there's a reason. Mm-hmm. God's trying to tell me something. And I got to listen, because the longer it takes me to hear it, the longer I'll be alone. People are always afraid of like being alone, being by themselves. Alone is where you find yourself. Alone is where you find yourself. It's where you grow. It's where you change. You know what I'm saying? That's where you do it alone. You're not going to do that in a room full of people. Mm-hmm. Because whenever you're around other people, the human nature is to emulate what's going on around you, especially if there's more people being one way, then you tend to go to that way. That's the whole mob mentality. When you're by yourself, you find who you are. Nobody around to influence, man. Just you and God. And find out what your purpose is, man. Every man should know his purpose, And I was just saying the other day, I don't know if I said this to you, man, but it's funny because it came out of a joke that I was doing, but I realized how real it is, man. People need to realize that they need to be grateful for the fact that you have life, motherfucker. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially kids will come out and say, I never asked to be born. You know, they blame their parents. They'll blame their parents for being born. I never asked to be born. It's not my fault you got born. You chose to be born. You understand what I'm saying? There were a million other motherfuckers trying to win that race.
Right.
You won that race. You made it through all the fallopian tubes and everything else, and you won that fucking race on your own. None of your parents were going, go, go, go. And believe me, if you didn't, that's a race you could have lost. You wouldn't have heard nothing from your parents. None of your parents would have came to you going, how come you didn't win that race? No, you won that fucking race. Everybody who comes out the church is a winner. The minute you come out, you come into this world a winner. You already come into this world a winner. You just won your first fucking race. You beat out a million more. How many people run in the marathon?
Like the New York City Marathon?
Yeah, any marathon. Exactly. Swim champ out the womb, baby. Traveling runner knows he's a winner. You know what I'm saying? Stormy's a winner. Everybody who has breath in their lungs started this game as a motherfucking winner.
53,000 in
53,000. Okay? And you know how hard it is to win a marathon? Do you know how hard it is? You beat out a million motherfuckers. The biggest marathon anyone's ever gonna fucking run. And you did it with no training. No training. Right out the gate. Boom, go. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers live this world.
There's 100 million sperm in 1 milliliter.
Yeah, man. And how many milliliters?
The average
3 milliliters. So you beat out 300 million motherfuckers.
That's like the entire US. You're the best in the country.
Already.
There's 330.
And you didn't even have to like trans into a different fucking thing to do it. You went up against men and women and fucking won.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna complain. Now you're gonna say, oh, this world, fuck this, everything. You're a fucking winner. So if you're not winning, it's you, dog. Because the fact that you're here shows that you can be a winner because you already won. You started the fucking race as a winner. You had 300 million fucking losers behind you. You won. What are you going to do with that? You just won the human being marathon. What are you going to do now? I'm going to go to Disney and get molested.
Woo!
Woo! You just won the human life marathon. What's next? I'm going to go to the Star Wars store and have the employees take pictures of my butthole.
Dude.
Big up to Disney. Never go in a year without some sort of pedo in the midst.
Well, you know, it's a numbers game, right?
Yeah, and the number of pedos that work there are very high. You know,
dude, oh man,
it's very high. But I didn't mean to get on you, Disney. You didn't really do nothing to me just now. I don't know why I just bought you up, but you know, fuck yeah, I got money and you know, whatever. Fuck Disney.
Have you
that fucking magical place? My daughter's getting ready to go back there again too. She goes all the time, man. They don't play.
There has been some UFO sightings in Las Vegas.
Of course. Why wouldn't there be? It's Las Vegas.
Bird? Is it a plane? Is it a UFO? We can't figure it out. So a viewer reaching out saw these large bright lights in the skies over the strip in downtown. He says they're bigger than the helicopters we see circling many, many times. And we just heard back from Nellis. They say not involved in this. So if you think you know what these are, or you've seen these, you can reach out, let us know right on our website, anewsnow.com.
They're lights. Because laughing and they go, it's bigger than this. Then how come we can't see nothing but the lights?
Well,
if it's that big, don't you think you should be able to see a shape to it?
No, it's the camera, man. It's hard with the, you know, shooting video at night. I mean, man, even with this nice camera I got, you can't get something that far out in the sky. Can't get a good shot of that, you know.
I'm not buying none.
Yeah.
I'm not buying none of it. Sorry. I think, you want to know what I think about the alien invasion that everyone keeps talking about? Yeah, I'm going to send you what I think about it right now.
Instagram?
On Instagram. I'm going to send it to you right now. This is what I think, and this is what I believe. I just sent it to you. You know, is there shit going on out there? Of course there is, man. There's something obviously in that sky that we don't know what it is, but we also don't know what they have. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what we have in those hangars in Area 51 and all that. We don't know. We don't know what they're creating there. For all we know, they're creating shit that looks like spaceships.
I mean, it's got to be 100 years past whatever we have currently on, like, to the public. You know, dude, I remember my dad during 9/11. He did a lot of support services for, you know, the search and rescue and the cleanup. He was taking basically, you know, buses and filling them up with like underwear, bottles of water, food, and then sending them into the city for people. But he said that the FBI came down to like their office and they like set up their, you know, like mobile unit. They said they could pick license plates off from space in 2001 from satellites.
Dude, the satellites, you never seen those videos, man, like on those troop shits where people are walking through the street and there's just boxes going across all their faces. Did y'all see that proposal from Governor Hochul to ban cigarettes?
Kathy Hochul.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And that's,
you know, and actually
banning them in New York, just the state.
I'm not sure, but I think it's in the state of New York. I don't think it's a federal thing they're trying to do, but they probably would eventually try to make it federal, I guess. You know, and I ain't gonna lie, man. I like my man Michael Knowles. You know, I like my man Michael Knowles, but I like that we don't agree on everything. And when it comes to marijuana, we do not agree, because he talked about that with the ban of cigarettes. And he's like, you know, you got a bunch of potheads over there going, we should ban cigarettes and just smoke weed. And then he tried to say that weed is worse than cigarettes, that it's 100 times got more toxins and this and that. I said, come on, Mike. Come on, Mr. Knowles. I love you, dog. I'm a fan. And you know what kills me is this motherfucker be drinking whiskey and smoking cigars. Not judging you. Smoke your cigars, drink your whiskey, but don't be dissing motherfuckers that smoke weed, dog. You know nothing about it because you don't smoke weed. He's one of those people that would believe that thing that they said all the school shooters were smoking weed and it was making them violent.
Right,
yeah, really? Weed makes people violent. All these years, we didn't know that. Now we know. Now, because it became legal, now we know. But, you know, you drink whiskey, you drink alcohol. That is worse than weed. It is worse than weed. Don't give a shit what anybody says, because I do both. So I can speak on this. I do both. I drink, smoke cigarettes, and I smoke weed. I do it all. So I can tell you which one's the worst.
Drinking.
You know what I'm saying? Drinking, then the cigarettes. And then weed is actually not worse. Weed actually has, show me the deaths of weed. Show me how many people have died from weed. None. But yet you'll see people who have actually been cured of shit, helps glaucoma, cancer, all that shit. Enemy of the State with Will Smith and Gene Hackman was a warning of what's coming. They always put a warning of what's coming, dude. They always put a warning of what's coming. They let you know. It's part of the Satanist religion, dog. They let you know, because then it's not on them. We told you what we were going to do. I saw, the new Scream movie. I forgot what it was. The new Scream movie. The dude says something about, do you know how easy it is to take a good person and make everyone think it's a bad person? It's so easy. And then they go into how they go online and just start a rumor and this and that. That's what they do. They're telling you what they do. And they do it just like that, subtly. Look at all those movies that they bring up back in the day now on YouTube and all that, where they show a clip. This dude was kicking this back in 1974.
I know, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because that's what they do. They tell you what they're going to do so that it's not on them no more. Now it's on you.
I think the tobacco marijuana regulation laws and what like that is shown, at least to me, just shows the idiocy of all of this. You know, like places here in California, you can smoke weed on the back patio of at the comedy club. You have to go on the street to smoke a cigarette. It's like, what? Like, sure, the tobacco smoke might be a little bit more dangerous.
Well, no, the tobacco smoke is dangerous, but to the person smoking it,
Yeah,
Stop
exactly.
talking about fucking secondhand smoke when you're outside. How you even gonna know it was the secondhand smoke that got you? Could
Dude,
it be
or
all the
not the
carbon
smog. Yeah,
monoxide?
yeah, the
Could it be all the
smog.
shit coming out of the cars and out of the
Yeah.
buildings? The fuck out of here.
It's so fucking dumb. Like, and it's just like, like we're not. It goes back to your closed doors thing, bro. That's it, and I think that's what it really goes down to. What we need to get back to is we need to get down to some sort of really decorum for how we treat people outside of the house, and then how we let people do things for their own free will inside their own house. You know, can we get back to that? Can we get back to like 1955 America? You know, maybe without the beating your wife and racial tension. We can do without that part. You know.
Yeah, man. We don't have to go all the way back, but we do have to scale it back a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to scale it back a little bit. You have to come to a point of agreement. And the thing is, the way to do that is you have to put your own desires aside. And everybody has to do that as a society. You have to put, there was a thing when we were coming up called for the better of the people. You did things for the betterment of the people. You understand what I'm saying?
I think we've gotten robbed of that though, dude, because of the big business. I think that's what's so many people have gotten beaten down and fucked by the system that you have to look out for yourself now. And no one gives a shit about the system anymore because they know that system isn't looking out for them. You know, that's society.
And the system is big business too.
And the government, it's all rolled into one.
Well, the government follows what their donors tell them to do.
And why wouldn't you?
And that's what
how can you blame them either? You can't fucking blame them.
That's why I said, I feel like when it comes to running for president, right? Because what happens if you run and you collect all this money, right? And then like you don't make it past like the first, the primaries, and you got all this money left over. Where does that money go?
Well, it's usually not leftover money. You mean from like
there's always leftover money, dog. Do you really think they take all the money that's donated to them and put it all into their campaign?
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I don't think they put it all into their campaign, but they're probably siphoning the money off.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like when it comes to running, if you're running to be anything in the United States of America, I feel like the government should have for each side, places that you go to make your buttons and your shit that you got to make to campaign, and it should be government funded. Why should it be government funded? Because you're doing something for the government. In other words, this is going to be for the betterment of the government.
Yeah,
but you give these people a salary. You give them a salary.
You can't do that. Not for the election, dog. Not for the election.
Dude, I'm saying, what I'm saying is if you need to get a commercial made, right? I'm not saying where you go or how you go, but if you need to get a commercial made, you go to this place and you give them the commercial. You can grab your own, you can create your own commercial, but they create the commercial for you and you don't pay because you're running. This commercial is for you to run and get out there. You understand what I'm saying? Then everyone would have then how much money you have wouldn't even be a difference. Everyone would have an equal amount of airspace and equal amount of getting your message out there. I mean, look,
you're sounding pretty fucking woke right now, bro.
Maybe it sounds.
Why don't we just give all the politicians $15 an hour?
Hold on a second. Yeah. Hold on a second. Government is needed in certain things. They're needed in certain things, right? You do need some government funded Jackson, but not if you get rid of all the other bullshit we don't need. There's so much shit we don't need to be spent. You know how much money we spend just on wokeness? You know how much money they're spending to bring wokeness into the military? That they're paying these people $30 an hour, $40 an hour to go and teach a sergeant not to say sir, not to say ma'am. There's so many things we can get rid of. We're wasting money on other shit. There's certain things I think the government should do if they could do it correctly. If they could do it correctly, which we all know they can't, which is why they don't do it. But there's certain things that I think the government, like right off the bat, here's the things I say. Education, although there's a lot of great arguments, and those arguments are legit as to why the government shouldn't run education. And it's being shown right now. You know what I'm saying? But now remember, it's supposed to be a government that's run by us, which means that if it's running properly, then they're doing what we're telling them to do. You understand what I'm saying? If it's run properly, they're doing what the majority of the people want. And that's how it always is. Whatever the majority is, everybody else got to bite a nut, right? Find another mountain to stand on where you're the majority and win a couple of fights on your own. You know, that's give and take throughout the whole thing, right? But if they're doing what they're supposed to do and they're following what the people want, which they're clearly not doing now, so I'm talking kind of utopian, right? Then I would say the government, which is run by us, should handle the education. Why? Because a smart country is a strong country. And I'm talking about a country that really cares about the country. So now you're training these kids, not that a man could be a woman or a woman could be a man, but you're training them in physics. You're training them in fucking all these things that the Chinese is training their fucking kids. They got them in 4th grade building guns, right? If you're doing it right, I would say they got to retain that drill instructor from Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, the drill instructor from Full Metal Jacket. Imagine that. Imagine Full Metal Jacket now. Imagine that. Steers and queers. And you see the dude with blue hair. Which one are you? Queer.
Great movie.
Which one are you? Obviously, I'm queer. But what I'm saying is education, because a smart, wise country is a strong country. Health, because a healthy country is a strong country. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, us running around, listen, we don't need to be running around into other countries. We have the technology to just defend ourselves.
And not to mention the technology, bro, the geography, right? We really only need to defend one border, and that's the border with Mexico, right?
No, but I'm talking even in general, like a certain thing around us in water, so motherfuckers can't come shooting shit at us, where we can blow shit out the sky because we have that technology. We don't have to go into other countries. We could literally just defend our country. You fuck around, you lay around. Don't fuck with us, because then we will put you under. And that's the thing. The thing is, when you do it like that, we're just defending ourselves. We're not beefing with nobody. That's your beef. We're not getting involved in that.
Look at this geographical advantage we have to everywhere else in the world. Nobody can walk across our border unless they're coming from Mexico, dog. How are you gonna get in? How you gonna get in? How are you gonna get onto the continent? You know?
But here's the thing that I'm saying. Like, of course, this is all based on like good people running the country like they should. And that's the reason why we can't do it, because
they don't.
Where there's power, there's corruption. Where there's man, there's sin. And absolute power brings absolute corruption, which is what they're going for now, which is what the whole Biden administration is trying to get, absolute power. You understand what I'm saying? So obviously that's the reason why we can't turn that shit over to the government, because the government ain't run by the people. So, or rather is not run by the people, even though ain't is now a word. But anyway, I digress. So I'm saying, like, so if you were to get rid of all the extra spending, which I really don't believe we need all the extra, there's a lot of money that gets wasted, man, but no one ever reads it. These fucking bills come in, they're like this fucking thick. You know what I'm saying? That last bill that they all signed over, that reduction, the Inflation Reduction Act, which had nothing to do with inflation, nor did it reduce it. In fact, it did the opposite. And everyone's like,
oh, well, Gary, it's really going to take about 5 to 7 years before the market actually corrects itself from
whenever they write a bill
into law.
Whenever they write a bill, look at the title of the bill. That'll tell you what it's not doing.
Yeah. The Patriot Act.
It's the opposite of what the bill is. That's always the case. Whatever they say the bill is, it's actually the opposite. You know, why do people call me a fascist when I tell them that same thing? Because they don't know what a fascist is.
Let's give the definition. We'll put it out. We'll put it out here on the show.
They don't know. And how do I know they don't know? Because I watch all those videos all the time where they go to all these fucking rallies and whatever, and they'll go up to any individual and be like, yo, why are you here? And they're like, oh, I'm here for this. And they go, okay, well, why do you feel? I don't know. And then they'll call them a fascist. Well, what's a fascist? I don't know. If you're not a fascist, you're a Nazi. If you're not a Nazi, you're a fascist. If you're not any of those.
So fascism is a far-right, authoritarian, ultra-nationalist political ideology and movement characterized by a dictatorial leader, centralized autocracy, militarism, forcible suppression of opposition, and belief in natural social hierarchy, and subordination of individual interests for the perceived good of the nation and the race. So here's the thing, right? There's a difference.
That doesn't sound more like the fucking left. That doesn't sound like Biden's whole administration right there. Like I said, look at what they're saying, and that's what it's not. You know, that just proved it right there. Look at what it just said, and then look at all the things they're trying to put into effect, forcing people to take the V. You know what I'm saying? Using the government against their opponents. You know, look at what the fuck that just said. Who's the fascist? Not me. Not me. Ain't nobody on the right trying to shut people up. No one's saying to ban people. They're just saying, let us speak.
So I think the there's a difference in nationalism too. And I think a lot of people, especially on the left, you know, they'll use the term fascist when they should really be saying nationalist, capitalist nationalists or something like that, because you can care about the country and want there to be some common good or common values across the country without, you know, instituting a dictator, you know?
Of course. And you know what? We once had that. America was founded on Christian Judeo beliefs. That's what it was founded on. That's what this country is.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
always been a Christian country. That's 100% true.
Christian Judeo beliefs, dog. Off the 10 commandments. Don't kill, don't steal. You know what I'm saying? Don't fucking, you know, hate on. That was the values back in the day. Now, did we have it completely right? No, because where there's man, there's error. Where there's man, there's sin. So no, it wasn't completely right. But what you don't do is lower the fucking bar because you can't get over it. You strive to reach the values of the bar. Every year, every 4 years, every year, every day. See, that's, if you were to tell me what I am, I'm an individualist. I believe in government. I believe we need to have a little bit of government. You know what I'm saying? There has to be a little bit
I'm right
of
there
government,
with you, bro. Yeah.
You know, but I believe that it's the what do they say? Like when it's you got
Personal responsibility.
It's your responsibility as an American, not even just as an American, as a human being, to try to be better every day as a person. You understand what I'm saying? And each person doing that, each individual trying to be the best person that they can be, treating each other how they want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? Going by the values, then through individuals, you change. You know what I'm saying? You change your neighborhood. You know, like right now in my building, I'm trying to meet the people in my building. These motherfuckers don't want to know each other. You know what I'm saying? That's not how.
Are you trying to meet the people? Is that what you're saying?
I try to say what's up. You know, I try to get us, you know, get a little comment. Oh, you just moved in. None of that. None of that. And I haven't none of that. You know what I'm saying? How can you have a community that doesn't know each other? And then you're gonna blame the government. Government's not coming in here fucking with y'all, man. That's us.
They're trying to take away this, right? To put you in this. You know, the lack of communication, and you can see it with people. I mean, I notice it in myself. You know, when I talk to you, I mean, you see how little attention span I have. You know, and like little patience. It's from 30 years of programming, dog. You know, and just getting piped with shit from the cartoons as a kid.
But I mean, that's all. This world, society in general, which is why they're moving away from Christian values, because society is set up to keep you away from God. It's set up to keep you confused and keep you focusing on all the things that don't matter. They might matter in this world. So I'm not saying not to think about your bills. I'm not saying not to think about, you know, getting your job and doing whatever, because the way society is built up, we need to do those things. You know, Traveling Runner says we have state-funded media when the president has the questions and answers on a piece of paper before the cameras are on. Exactly. Now that's something that shouldn't be in the state. The state and the media should not be connected at all. Unfortunately, we all know it's all, like he said, state funded. You know what I'm saying? Now that I don't think should be connected with the government, but I do believe, like I said, if you did that, then when it comes to running, it shouldn't be who has more money. It should be like, you know, maybe, I don't know, maybe you got to take some sort of test to even be able to run, to show some sort of competency to run, you know?
Well, that would, the test would show our racism. The racist
Well,
test.
nowadays, any test is racist. Any test is fucking racist if anyone of color fails it. And believe it or not, I'm a person of color. I am jaundiced. You know. But if anyone, like, I remember even with my kids when they were going to school, man, they were getting makeup tests. Through 2 or 3 of them. I was like, makeup tests? When I went to school, I passed or failed.
What? I mean, what is Traveling the Runner has the correspondence dinner last night. I did not.
Dude. Glad you brought that up, man. I saw some clips of it. And that dude from the Daily Show,
Stewart?
Oh my God. Nah, he ain't on that no more, man.
Oh, Trevor Noah, right?
No, he ain't on it no more either. Now they have like every month, like they had John Leguizamo, who, man, I used to like John Leguizamo, man. And I still like his movies and shit like that.
But
he's not funny anymore.
Have you seen the special he did on like the history of like Latin America or like the history of Hispanics on Netflix? He did like a chalk talk thing. It was very well done.
No, but I don't really put much into anything he says nowadays. He's just a mouthpiece for the left.
Yeah,
that's all he is now. I mean,
from Queens too. Apparently, Traveling Runner says.
I still kind of like him. Yeah, he's from Queens. Yeah, I still kind of like him, but he's just a mouthpiece. He's made too much money and doesn't want to mambo mouth. He doesn't want to lose that money. He doesn't want to, he's not happy with the money he got. He wants more money. So he's just a mouthpiece for them, man. Anyone on that Daily Show. The Daily Show has to be in tie for the worst show on television. It's
Next
between the Daily Show and The View.
Yeah.
That's what it's between, the Daily Show and The View. 2 of the worst. I tried to watch it. I watched it when John Leguizamo was on. It was actually on last night. I caught a little bit of it. And it is the absolute worst. They're not funny.
Yeah.
What's the black dude's name, man? He's a regular on there too, man. Look up the cast though.
Roy Wood? Is it Roy Wood?
Yeah. Let me see a picture of him. Make sure. I don't want to give credit to the wrong person. And he's a comedian too. He's a comedian. And there's some comedians I don't mind if I never work with. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're one of those far left fucking trying to push an agenda, yeah, that's him right there. Trying to push an agenda. First of all, he's not funny. You're not funny, dog. Sorry. I know you're famous. I mean, shit to me. There's a lot of people with no talent that are famous nowadays. Being famous nowadays don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But he did a joke.
Hold on. I think I might have it. You want to?
Oh, yeah. Let's watch this shit. Come on. Let's watch it.
So this is CNN, the top funniest moments.
These are the funniest moments of this shit. Let's check it out.
The event is held every year to celebrate the freedom of the press.
Comedian Wood Jr. delivered this year.
I couldn't even get past the first fucking line.
Ladies and gentlemen, fuck CNN. Fuck all this bullshit, dog.
Can we get a choo? What the fuck? Right off the bat. That's
hold on. You ready?
Fake.
I never even knew that's what it was for. I never knew that was a celebration of the freedom of the press. Yeah, the freedom to do whatever the fuck they tell you to do. Let's continue. Let's catch these funniest moments. Let's see. I'm going to keep, just so you know, I'm going to watch this with an open mind, and I'm going to laugh if it's funny. Okay? Let's rock and roll.
One night in Washington, everybody looking good at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. The event is held every year to celebrate the freedom of the press.
Look at these puppets.
And the Daily Show correspondent Roy Wood Jr. delivered this year's roast, and he spared no one, not even President Biden.
Let's see.
Many of you, I don't even think you should be working that hard. We should be inspired by the events in France. They rioted when the retirement age went up 2 years to 64. They rioted because they didn't want to work till 64. Meanwhile, in America, we have an 80-year-old man begging us for 4 more years of work. Begging.
It's probably the funniest line of his whole stand-up. But of course, the president has some jokes too.
He doesn't even believe that, dog. He doesn't even believe that. He just read that shit off the fucking teleprompter, dog.
But the sad thing is, people, that probably was the funniest line of his shit. And they didn't show the one I want. See if you could get his whole thing. Let's see if we can get Ron Wood's.
Yeah.
Let's check out Ron Wood's thing. Because we already know everything else they say. They're going to talk about what the president has to. Oh, my God. Yeah, I want to see them both. Let's give our reaction to this shit. Because Ron Wood, I already know one thing he says.
25 minutes long.
Happy to be here.
Oh, word.
I think you left some of your classified documents up here. You can get to them.
That's funny.
Yeah, no, don't give them to him. I'll put them in a safe place. He don't know where to keep them. Happy to be here, though. Happy to be here.
And look at him laughing and clapping his hands. Meanwhile, pause that real quick. We'll never get through this whole thing. But he joked about that. The president laughed his ass off and clapped his hands.
But we're not allowed to say anything about his age.
But they raided President Trump's house for the same thing. They raided his house, and he was the president. He was allowed to fucking have those documents. This dude at the time was a senator, and he was also the vice president, wasn't allowed to have those things. But they're laughing about it like it's nothing. The same shit that they went at Trump and everyone, put him in jail. Put him in jail for that. All right. We can barely get past a second of these motherfuckers talking without it being bullshit. That's why they're not funny. Go ahead. Fucking insane.
Very happy to be here. So it's a pleasure to be here
correspondent
amongst our country's greatest leaders, distinguished media organizations, both Property Brothers and Dr. Fauci. If you see Fauci, take a picture with him. That's your new booster shot. But y'all look good. I've been watching and looking around all night. Y'all look good. You dressed nice. You got the nice threads on. You got the jewelry glistening. Look like everybody got a little piece of that settlement money from Fox News.
Oh, you're so easy. Hold on. Pause right there. Pause right there. You found that to be entertaining? Found that to be funny?
I found that to be entertaining because they probably did actually get some money from that Dominion lawsuit. You know what I mean? Because that whole thing was fucked up, right? Like it was a witch hunt. You know, sure, they were saying some shit about the voting machines, but it was whatever. It's all nonsense. Because it's like, yo, bro, if we said some shit about Biden and his age and put the clip on fucking Instagram, they would take that shit down, or we wouldn't get views. You know what I mean? Because we're doing it with malintent. You know, but this guy is fucking blowing it.
I don't even care. I don't think what he said is funny at all so far, man. Yeah, he's a comedian. Can you believe that? Go ahead. Continue, man. Watch. There's something I just want to get to one thing. I want to see if he says it early on. Let's see. If he starts to straggle a little bit, just get 10 seconds.
I'm not going to have Dominion on my ass. I love Dominion. Matter of fact, let me say right now, my favorite voting machine is Dominion voting machines. When I go to the polls, I make sure it is a Dominion machine that I use. If your election needs the truth, put Dominion in your booth.
Yeah.
See, to me, this is scary because they probably did rig the whole thing.
You don't want to see in the courtroom. That's
maybe allegedly. I don't know, but we're not saying that.
You're gonna lose. I'd like to thank Tamara Keith and the White House Correspondents Association for having me. Thank you for that.
Fast forward to 10 seconds.
Other half think I'm Louis Armstrong. President Biden thinks I'm the dad of y'all Family Matters.
Thinks I'm the daddy on Family Matters.
Nonetheless,
that was so relevant.
To be here at this event amongst government officials who speak to MSNBC, former government officials who now work at MSNBC, and future government officials who currently work at MSNBC. An often overlooked purpose of tonight's dinner, you know, serious business. The overlooked purpose of tonight's dinner is to award scholarships to students who have shown great
10 seconds. Skip it.
Journalism. Congratulate tonight's top scholarship recipient.
More?
Skip it, yeah.
George couldn't be here tonight. And also, speaking of drag queens, can we stop with the grooming stuff? Can you stop talking about that?
Oh.
Drag queens are not at a school to groom your kids.
Oh, So why are they there? Hold on, I want to hear why they're there. Let's hear.
I did not think that that's what he was gonna say, bro.
I knew that's what he was gonna say. What do you think? You think he said?
I didn't know, dude, but the way he set it
said,
up.
could we stop with the grooming thing? Meaning, could me and you stop saying they're grooming children?
Dude,
that's what he meant to say.
The other thing, like, let's
could you please stop saying? Could you please stop saying when drag queens are chasing their manly ass, their well-shaven manly ass in your child's face that we're trying to groom them? Could you please stop saying that? Good. Let's hear why. What they're doing. Yeah.
And even if they were, most of them kids gonna get shot at school. It ain't no problem. Don't grown pass legislation.
Yo, could you pause that? Did you hear what the joke was? He said
the joke was, don't worry about your kid getting groomed because they're just gonna get killed at school. That was the joke.
So don't worry about it. Don't worry about the fact that we're grooming your children. They're probably gonna get killed in school. That was, and he said, don't grown pass legislation
to get rid of guns.
Pass more legislation to keep guns out of, law-abiding citizens' hands.
I think I should become a cop, dog.
Do you know how many guns are right now out? Like,
there's more than one per person. There's like 500 million guns in the country.
That's right. And that's right. So you know what that tells you? The majority of people have guns, and they're not just running around shooting people and killing people. That's what it tells you. That most people who have guns are citizens who have guns, and they're not out there running around shooting people and bugging out. That's what that tells you. If everyone was out there killing each other like they want us to think, there'd be there's enough for everyone to have a gun, man. Come on, man. Have we declined? Dude, we've declined so much that we could climb up 100 fucking flights and still be in decline. We wouldn't even be out the red, man. Okay, let's finish hearing what he's saying, man. Pass legislation. I didn't think this was going to be so good. Let's check this out, man. This fucking dude, Wood, you suck.
Like they booze gonna bother me. I'm like Mitch McConnell. I ain't got no soul.
You do, and it's going to hell.
It's a tumultuous time in the media, though. We got layoffs everywhere. BuzzFeed News, NPR, Axios, Washington Post, ESPN, Paramount Global.
Uncle Ben's
office from Byron Allen and Tyler Perry to purchase BET. That's how bad it is out there. These companies are so broke, they're giving BET back to black people. Which, by the way, is not what we meant.
Look at all those white people. Skip 10 seconds.
And that's scandal. Scandals have been devouring careers this year. The untouchable Tucker Carlson is out of a job.
This is what I wanted.
Okay.
This is it.
Some people celebrate it. But to Tucker's staff, I want you to know that I know what you're feeling. I work at The Daily Show, so I too have been blindsided by the sudden departure of the host of a fake news program.
Could you pause that? He just called Tucker Carlson's a fucking fake newscast. Not CNN, not MSNBC, not all these fucking people that push the same shit, the same words, the same fucking stories.
Dude, it's movie shit. It really is movie shit, bro. This is what you see, like, when
in Idiocracy. You got to check out that movie, dog. It's fucking insane. He literally called. Look at that dude with the cowboy hat. Yo, hold on. Go back 10 seconds. Look at the dude with the hat and the black dude next to him.
We're not even laughing.
No, look.
Look, most of these people aren't laughing, dude.
No.
You got one guy here, not laughing. Look at this face.
He's
laughing.
like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
He's looking at him like, are you fucking kidding me right now? That was fake news. Him showing all the shit from January 6th.
Look at that, dude.
Yeah, look at the girl next to him.
Tucker got caught up. Got caught up like that dude from Vanderpump Rules.
Who's that
Text
dude?
message stuff. I don't know what Vanderpump Rules is about. I just watched it a couple of times. My friends told me it's like BMF, but for white people. Or is that Succession? No, secession is power for white people. No, Tucker Carlson is power for white people. No, that's white power. You know what? Never mind. Don't worry about that. But no, don't worry about that.
Gotta get pause that, man. I think I had enough of him. That's the shit I wanted to show. I think that's enough. I think that's as much as I could stomach of old Woods. You fucking horrible human being, terrible fucking comedian, fucking left mouth speaking twat. Man, there's some people I don't care. Like I know, like I said, he's a comedian. I'm in the comedy field. Fuck that dude. Straight up. He's horrible. He's not funny. You know what I'm saying?
There are see the comments on this shit, dude.
Let's see some of the comments.
It's ridiculous, bro.
Oh, so it's comments like that are supporting his shit of what he's saying?
I can't. An interesting fact about Roy is he actually has a journalism degree. That's why his comments are so sharp. I saw a lot of uncomfortable looking faces in the crowd. Amid the laughter, you did your job, Roy. Your father can be proud. The audience doesn't know if they should laugh or not. He's hitting it perfect. Very telling of the crowd.
No, they know they shouldn't.
Yeah. But it's the only way out.
No, actually, I didn't even know that's what that was gonna say. I'm saying in my head. They don't know whether to laugh or not. They know not to laugh. Does any of them look like they were contemplating
performances?
Really, that's the greatest all-time performance.
I didn't laugh. I laughed once. What was the one thing that I thought was funny?
I don't know, but I can guarantee you it wasn't, which is why you're not a comedian and you went up there only for the second time and bombed your face off. But I'll tell you this.
Uncalled for.
Very uncalled for, but right on point. Nah, I'm only kidding, man. You're funnier than Woods. You're funnier than he is. And I don't get it. Like the nerve of him to call Tucker Carlson's show fake news. What was fake about the January 6th shit, Woods, when he just showed all the video? What was fake about when he was saying the media is owned by fucking, the elites and they just push the agenda that they want to push? What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. First of all,
get the fuck out of here.
What I love the most, and this is why you can't really let that stuff get to you, and I don't really let it get to me. I just found it very interesting how, once again, like these people are just insane. And it's not even them. It's the people that fucking listen to them and believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you that you believe that bullshit? It makes no sense to me whatsoever.
I am starting.
They're brainwashed.
I am starting. Yeah, dude, it really is. But it's fucking textbook, dog. It's textbook. If anybody who wants to know or try to get through some of the things that are going on in the world right now, all you need to do is open up a fucking history book, right? And just look at the steps that political parties take to take control, right?
Yep.
And also, I would like to remind you, right, that just because we've had a period of relatively peace in this country, probably since like the 60s, there hasn't been any like big political turmoil, big riots in the street, big groups of people killing each other.
Dude, where you been?
Bro, the stuff that happened over the past couple of years is nothing like the race riots and the shit in the 60s. We're licking off. Bro, I'm talking about whole cities getting burned down. I guess the 90s, right? The 90s.
I was about to say, what about when they beat homeboy in the street? What was his name that they beat in the street and killed him?
Yeah, Rodney King.
Yeah, what are you, crazy, dog?
Yeah, Rodney King.
They was bugging.
I guess. Yeah, I guess. I wasn't around.
You guess? Why don't you go talk to the fucking truck driver who fucking made the wrong mistake of making a left and then getting stuck? And they beat that motherfucker with bricks and all kinds of shit, dog. They was bugging. Not since 45. Man, y'all are both bugging. Traveling runner, you're bugging.
Nah, dude, nah. It's been relatively peaceful. Relatively. Yes, bro. Of course, there have been some things that skirt up, but we're not in a major war where guys are getting drafted. You know what I mean? There's not like something
'cause
like
you got
that.
enough people out there that are buying the bullshit and running off to sign up. Even though
Well,
right
it's
now,
just not.
make no mistakes, that fucking draft is gonna come back.
Bro, the Russia,
It's gonna come
yeah,
back
dog, shit is
because
gonna lick
no
off
one's
with Russia.
joining. No one's
Yeah.
joining.
Yeah.
No one's joining, dude. They're not down with all that woke shit, dude. Reginald Denny. Who's Reginald Denny, Brian?
He's the guy who started Denny's.
Yeah, you're lying.
Pack on Reginald Denny. Oh, that was the he was the truck driver.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, man.
He was a truck.
Yeah,
He was
I'm
a
not.
truck driver.
I know this video. We're not gonna watch it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, we're not gonna watch it. It's a horrible, horrible video. But yeah, dog. It's just they're gonna bring back that fucking draft. Nobody's joining on their own anymore. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's joining on their own anymore, man.
Yeah, bro, and you know, there's been more and more articles that I've seen pop up on the headlines about, you know, stuff in Russia and the U.S. getting involved. Yeah, I mean, this was an article from today, from CNN, obviously. Russian pilots tried to dogfight U.S. jets over Syria. So we actually we're pulling everyone out of I think it was like Syria and the Sudan. But it was like the first time the U.S. has like mass pulled out any Americans over there, which is usually a pretty big indication of, you know, shit's about to lick off. You know, when they start pulling people out of the consulates and the embassies and they start bringing those people back.
We shouldn't even be there. We shouldn't even be there.
Man, you got to keep a pulse, dog.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
we have the technology to just defend ourselves. We don't have to be, dude. Check out the book. War is a racket. Okay, because believe it or not, man, the people, the elites of America are on both sides. They're on both sides. They've been on both sides of every single war since fucking
Henry Ford, dog. Henry Ford made fucking tanks for the Nazis, dog.
Dude, all he had to do was not ship them the ball bearings.
Yeah.
If he didn't send them the ball bearings, war over. They wouldn't be able to ride those tanks. You know what I'm saying? Colgate helped to build the fucking the train, the rails that went to Auschwitz.
Yeah, Auschwitz.
Yeah, hard fucking word to say. But yeah, America was highly involved in that. The fucking Nazi party's headquarters was on 40 Deuce.
JP Morgan.
Bush was completely in on that, man. He helped to make that shit go. They helped to put. I'm telling you, they've been on both sides of every fucking war. That's what they do.
The reason the U.S. went into World War I is because JP Morgan was loaning money to England, the country of England, for the war effort. And when it looked like they were going to lose and not be able to pay their debt, Morgan was like, listen, USA, you need to go in and get me back my fucking bread, dog.
Yeah. You're very excited today.
I'm just, dude, I'm like, you know,
you're pumped, you're amped. I feel you. You're ready to go, man.
I was amped. You know, I was out at the club last night. I got a trip coming up. There's lots of crazy shit going on in San Francisco. And dude, I think it's crazy, bro. It's crazy out here, dog.
Yeah, man. But the good news is, like, the weather out there is predominantly warm, right?
It's predominantly not nice. It's predominantly not cold, but it's not.
The good news is, if you ever don't have the money for rent, you guys could just move right outside.
I slept outside last night.
Why? Did you pass out?
No, I just, you know, was smoking some meth with the guys around the corner. So we figured we don't need to sleep. And I shouldn't say I slept outside. I stood outside last night.
Don't believe him. He wasn't out there smoking meth. If he was smoking meth, he wouldn't be on the show right now.
I would not be on the show. No human shit sightings, but when I was
Are you picking up after your dog now?
No, I'm leaving it on the street to let it go with the wind. No, I pick up every single piece of poop from him.
Apparently not. You stepped in your own dog shit last time, man. With both feet. Which I still think is an amazing.
So pissed.
I know you blamed all the Democrats for that shit. And they had nothing to do with it. They were all like, what the fuck, man?
Oh, where do you think this shit came from, bro? That wasn't from a Republican.
Your dog's ass. That was your dog's ass, dude. You stepped in your own dog shit. You admitted it already. Stop trying to backpedal. All right. You know, everything is fucking nuts. You know, what about that dude that went on that date? It was like a blind date. Was that in San Francisco or Chicago? that he went on that blind date. Then he found out somebody came to him and told him that the person who parked his car scammed him for $40.
Oh, yeah.
So he excused himself. He excused himself from the table, went outside to his car, got a gun, shot the attendant. I think killed him, if I'm correct, and then went back to the date and said, "Oh, everything's fine." That's hardcore, son. Unnecessary. You want to talk
Texas.
unnecessary in Texas? Yeah, I knew they was. When I went out to Texas, dog, all I saw was bail bonds on every corner.
Yeah, Texas man pauses date to kill fake parking attendant, and then returns to restaurant court records show. Eric Aguiar, 29, told the state everything was fine, that he just scared the man after returning to the Rodeo Goat restaurant from the parking lot. So Texas man was on a date who paid $40 to park, only to learn inside a Houston burger joint that he was scammed. Allegedly went back and fatally shot the man posing as attendant and then returned for dinner. Eric appeared in court on Thursday on murder charges and the April 11th death of 46-year-old Elliot Nix.
His bond, what was his bond set at? His bond was set at what?
200,000.
Really? That's it?
So you can get out at 20,000, right? It's like 10%.
Yeah.
On a murder charge. I mean, if I was him, I would. Vamos a la Mexico way. Yeah, you post bail, dog, and you skip. Okay, so let's try to get the.
So that's the dude.
Yeah.
Man,
So
I mean,
what? She dimed him out, dude. The girl.
Hold on. Aguirre's date
Contacted
police 2 days
later after police had released photos of the couple who'd been identified by tips to Crime Stoppers. She wanted to do the right thing, so she came forward. What happened was he came back in. She asked him. He said everything was fine, and then he just scared the man. Then they started walking to a table, but left to eat someplace else after the guy looked uncomfortable. Dude.
And his date had parked their vehicle near the downtown restaurant.
Yeah, police say his date parked their vehicles near the downtown restaurant when Nix approached them, saying it would cost $20 each to park their cars, according to it. Aguiar paid the $40, but was later told by a restaurant employee that Nix didn't work for the parking lot and had scammed them. An employee at a nearby smoke shop later told police he saw Aguiar run back to the car, grab a pistol, and go after Nix. The employee said both men went out of his view, but he heard a gunshot, and then saw Aguiar nonchalantly walking back to the car with the gun in his hand, and then put the gun back in his car and then went to the restaurant. Nix was taken to the hospital where he later died. Honestly, though, dog. Honestly,
that's unnecessary.
Unnecessary level of violence, but dog,
$40.
Dog, you're in Texas. You know people pack heat. You shouldn't be scamming some dude who fucking looks like he's in the. Look at this dude. I wouldn't fuck with this guy.
No. You got to know who to fuck with. That's not a dude I would have fucked with.
You're telling me you're gonna beat this dude and that chick?
Nah. Oh yeah, and if the chick jumps in, you in some shit. She could throw some weight on you. Not to say that she's fat, but she's like solid. That's a solid chick. You know, can't see her face, but she looks like she's all right.
She looks good.
You know, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, I wasn't meaning like that. I'm just saying the both of them together, that's a lot of, they're both two big people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, look, that's, I don't think he had to kill the dude or shoot the dude over that.
No, he didn't. He could have tuned him up.
But yeah. He doesn't even look like, I don't know how big the dude was that scammed him, but I'm guaranteeing he could probably, I'm not guaranteeing, but I'm thinking he could definitely have taken him.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably someone of my stature, maybe a little more, pipe smoking.
Couple less teeth, a couple of more like pock marks on the face, maybe.
Yeah, like little,
what are those things? Yeah, I don't know what those are. What are those?
Scratches.
Oh, scratches? Ooh.
So there was another interesting story that I heard in the news. I don't know if you saw this about the Uber driver in Florida who got dismembered by this guy.
Uber Eats driver murdered, dismembered during delivery in Florida. Oh my Lord.
This guy gets out of jail, right? And he's MS-13, as you can tell by the tats on his face.
Play the video, baby. There's a video there. Let's check it out.
Well, it's probably just a news article.
The power of one small action.
Here, I'll get the ad going and then we'll play the video. It's a crazy story, dog.
Dude. He ordered.
His father, the guy's dad ordered Uber Eats.
Okay.
And then when the guy came to the house, this dude just fucking murdered him for probably no reason. Like, I think the guy was just nuts, you know, like probably like a serial killer or something like that.
Investigators say a demonic criminal with ties to the MS-13 gang robbed and dismembered his Uber Eats driver. The Pasco County Sheriff's Office now saying Oscar Solis, you see him on the left, who is out on parole, yanked Randall Cook, the victim, who you see on the right, into his home in Holiday, Florida, during what was supposed to be the driver's final delivery of the night.
Texted his wife, bro.
Missing when he stopped responding to her text messages.
This was absolutely a horrific crime of passion.
Passion.
Person, you know, you always say the word evil, but this is demonic.
Investigators eventually found Cook's remains in several trash bags on the property, as well as his car keys and wedding ring on the suspect's room. Now, Florida sheriff releasing these pictures today as investigators want to speak with these two people seen leaving Solis's home about an hour before that homicide went down.
Welcome back to Kate.
What the fuck?
That was weird. I was wondering what was up with those two.
What about Elizabeth Holmes pushing back her entry to prison? Who's Elizabeth Holmes? What am I listening?
She was the girl who was from Silicon Valley that came up with that fake blood testing program and scammed all of those people out of a thing. You don't remember her, dude?
No. Why are you talking like that?
Because that's how she talked. The company was called Theranos, and she was a Silicon Valley chick. And basically, her thing was, like, you know, when you get a blood test, you need to take a lot of blood to run all these like tests and shit you need. And it's hard for like older people or people who have like certain issues, and it takes a while to get all that blood drawn. So she created this thing where it just took a finger prick, and just with that small amount of blood, they could run all these tests, and it was like lightning fast. But it was a whole scam. Yeah, it's called Theranos.
Okay.
So she's apparently delaying. Yeah. So here we go. I'll pull it up. But she had this, and you got to watch the documentary on her, but she like dressed like Steve Jobs. She had a voice of a woman, but when you would hear her speak publicly, she would, yes, and you know, these things that we are doing, like she put like a masculine voice on in public, which is very, very strange. She's a weird chick, bro. You should really watch this doc. Her company, a Silicon Valley sensation, claimed it could test for a dozen of diseases from a single blood test. But when the tech turned out to be flawed, the founder was jailed for more than 11 years. It didn't turn out to be flawed. It just didn't it wasn't real. That's what it was. Sentenced to 11 years and 3 months after being found guilty. 3 counts of investor fraud and 1 count of conspiracy in November. Theranos promised, yeah, so her, and she was fucking this guy, her and Ramesh Sunny, whatever. Yeah, they were fucking.
Nothing. He looks like a gaper. He looks like he has one of those voices of those dudes who be like, she probably got gaped. That's just my theory. I don't know that for sure, but he looks like he's a gaper. He looks like the kind of porn I don't like to watch because you hear that voice, you know, like that fucking, he looks like he has that voice.
So a judge in San Francisco upheld Holmes' lawyer's appeal against the lower court's decision on Wednesday to deny her release while she appeals her original fraud conviction. Earlier this month, Judge Davila rejected an appeal for her to be released pending further appeals and told her to report to minimum security near Houston on Thursday. But late on Tuesday, Holmes' lawyers filed an appeal saying that the decision contained numerous inexplicable errors, including references to patient fraud convictions, even though the jury acquitted Holmes on those counts. Holmes was sentenced in November for what prosecutors called among the most substantial white-collar offenses Silicon Valley or any other district has ever seen. Yeah, so prosecutors have until May 3rd to respond to Holmes' latest motion. So she's supposed to be turning herself in.
Traveling runner says she got pregnant twice to try not to go into jail.
Okay, where's that clip? What clip
I mean, that's insane. But anyway, I want to get back to that Uber driver real quick before we even like. That's fucked up, dude. Homeboy's going to his last delivery. And it's not like you could see that coming. And that was a big dude.
The guy he killed?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. That was a big, like a decent sized dude. You know, he doesn't look like small like me. He looked like a big dude.
Yeah. The other guy was big though too, bro. This
The other
Spanish
guy looked
dude.
bigger. He looked bigger for sure,
Fucking
man.
scary dog.
Why?
Of course, it's his last delivery.
Of course it is, man. You know what? That was always my biggest fear. You know what I'm saying? Dying after a full day's work. You know what I'm saying? Like I always said, if I'm going to die on a weekday where I have to go to work, please let me die before I get there.
Yeah.
Don't let me do a whole day's work and then I die. What kind of bullshit is that?
I want to go. How do you want to go? Do you know how you want to go? I mean, I know how you think you're going to go, but how do you want to go?
Man, I would love to just go peacefully in my sleep, but I don't think that happens.
I want to get shot to death in front of a group of people. Like small kids and children and everything.
You want to stand there and take it for a while too, like
yeah. And then when I get on the ground, I want to do that thing where you put your one arm up and then you get to like right here and then you're like and then fall at the last minute.
I thought you were gonna say I want to like hit the floor and then do that thing like put that thumb up and then you die. So you want to go down in a blaze of glory. You want to go out like Queen Latifah and set it off.
Well, here's what I think, man. I think our podcast is going to get bigger. I think we're going to shine, right? And I think there's going to be a point where maybe we're doing some sort of, I don't want to use the term rally, but maybe a political group or organization or something. And then, yeah, man, I think it's going to happen. I think I'm going to get like assassinated.
Well, that's I was about to say. If you can ask me how I think I'm gonna go, I have a bunch of theories of that. But as far as how I want to go, I like yours. You know, I like the fact that you want to leave behind a little bit of scarred tissue on people's brains. You know, Traveling Runner wants to go from a heart attack while having great sex using the products I bought at Triple X Playground. Shout out to the Traveling Runner, yo. Give him a pew pew, dude. You slacking, Brian. That was the comment of the day right there, man.
Pew, 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 pew.
And in case you don't know what Triple X Playground is, if you're a new listener, Triple X Playground is one of our great sponsors, man. And what is it? It's only the best adult communication tool ever made. Blah, 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 blah. And the best way to get fist deep into someone you love. So go to triplexplayground.com and cop yourself the board game Triple X Playground, like my man Traveling Runner, baby. And go get fist deep and maybe have a heart attack right afterwards. And then there you go. What a way to go out. And just by the way, Traveling Runner, I do think that's how I'll probably go. It'll probably, I come and go. Or I think a lot of them are all heart attacks.
I see. You come and go. I get it.
Yeah. I come and go. Or on my toilet bowl. You know.
The toilet would be a tough one, dude.
Nah, not really. Every time I think I'm going to die, I'm always on my toilet. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna die right here. You know,
I think those are hemorrhoids, dog. I think that's what those are.
No, I know the pain of the hemorrhoid. I've had it with me for a while. I even named them Henry, after the serial killer.
Which one?
The movie Henry.
Didn't see it.
Nah, you don't wanna.
I'm not going to.
It is fucking horrible.
You know what movies I've been watching this weekend?
Horrible, dude. I saw that movie when we were recording the album. They were watching that shit in one of the back rooms. And I was like, what the fuck are you watching, man? Many people die in the toilet. That's how I'll go. The old come and go. Yeah, man. I mean, that's what we all hope. See, that's the thing. Elvis, man. Fucking
Is that how he died?
Yeah, on the throne. That's why they call it the throne. No, he died on the toilet.
Oh, the toilet.
Yeah. You know, I mean, I guess this is a kind of like fuck the world. You know, I just shit and now I'm dead and now you got to wipe my ass. Now you.
I would like to take one last really good shit before I die, though. You know, Like one where you just feel great afterwards. I haven't had one of those in a couple years.
I'll tell you this. This is how I know I love what I do. You know, because the other night I thought I was gonna die, and I was like, not on the way to the show, Lord. Let me just get this. Let me just get this show out, man. Let me just finish the show and then do what you want if tonight's my night. And that's how you know people when you love what you do. You know if you love what you do, because my biggest fear used to be dying after a full day's work. Now my fear is dying before I get to the show and not being able to perform one more time.
Oh.
Pew, 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 pew.
That's very nice. That's growth. That's growth, Gary.
It's truth. It's peace. It's the joy of life.
Do you know what else is true?
What?
That you can get a mug with a quote on it from anditwasgood.net/shop. And this mug actually keeps drinks hotter and colder. It's crazy.
I believe it. There's no really scientific evidence behind it, other than the fact that that's what we think.
But Gary, you don't need
that's good enough.
any scientific
that's
evidence
what I'm saying.
for anything.
You don't.
Anymore.
Not anymore.
No.
Not anymore. And you definitely don't need no scientific evidence to know where the best bud in Queens is. You know, all you gotta do is smoke it. And I've smoked it. And I can tell you the best bud in Queens is over at Apollo Buds on Crescent Street and Astoria Boulevard. And if you go there and you tell them that you found out about them, buy rated G, you'll get a free eighth with your first purchase. Yeah, we got into them. We got into them, man. Wasn't the best transition. Your transition was a little abrupt. It's probably a good thing I heard that when you die, you shit yourself anyway. Yeah, man. You know what, Traveling Runner? You just made me kind of feel like I want to go on the toilet. This way I don't shit my bed and someone could keep my sheets. I have nice sheets.
I have a question. Do you think so many people die in the toilet is because they know they're about to die? And they're like, you know what? I don't want to shit myself. So let me go on the toilet so I can get it out. And then I die right here.
Don't think so.
No?
I don't think it's a purposeful thing. You think that's what you're thinking?
Oh, you
when
can't
you start
ask.
to die, you're thinking, oh, let me get to the toilet.
Well, maybe that's what death feels like. Maybe death just feels like you got to take a really
good shit.
Bad shit. Yeah. And then when you go in there, it's just
you blow and go. You blow it up and then you're out, man. 4 out of 5 dentists recommend dying on the toilet.
I knew what it was going to say, and it still made me laugh just hearing you read it.
I don't know, man. I think that one right there, yo, Traveling Runner. Things make you go, Traveling Runner. I don't know. That's like a tie on who's the best comment of the day. That one, those 2 really great comments, yo. Oh my God. Now I'm wondering what the 4th dentist is thinking. Oh, or the 5th, whatever one it is. 4 out of 5 or 3 out of 4. I don't remember.
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. So what's up with the 5th dentist? What does he recommend?
The 5th dentist. He recommends leaving the bathroom.
Yeah, right. He recommends just shitting in the sheets.
Shitting in the shower.
Oof. Ugh. Big up to fucking Chong. Big up to Tommy Chong, man. Oof. People are crazy, man. But listen, I believe life's gonna be okay. You know, I'm definitely in a different kind of spirit. And it's been gloomy as fuck out here too. It's been nothing but fucking last 3 days raining and fucking mad fog. I almost ran head first into a car. I almost crashed into another car head on. I made a right down a one-way street in the fog. Didn't realize it was a one-way street. And me and this car went like this, and we both turned. Luckily, we both turned in the right directions.
Did you guys both go right?
No, I went to the left. I went to my left. I guess he went to his left.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And I mean, and I was like, fuck. I didn't realize that because you couldn't see anything. You can't see the one-way signs. And I thought I was on the other block. Almost had a head-on collision, man. That's Jesus scary. Is my co-pilot, man.
Do you have a little plastic Jesus on the dashboard?
No, I got a little porcupine.
Oh yes, I've seen the porcupine.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't put no graven images. I don't put
Graven?
no graven images, man. Is that the word? Graven images, graven images, graven images. The fifth dentist is the guy who eats Sour Patch Kids breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You don't want his opinion anyway. Oh, please, yo. You're blowing it up right now, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, graven images. I think that's what they call it, right? You should not make any graven images. I don't know what that means, but yeah, I don't have no images, no pictures of Jesus on my walls and shit like that, man. You know, I don't get caught up in that. Is your windshield tinted? You know, I was gonna tint the windshield. I didn't go with it because the truth of the matter is the best thing when you're traveling on the road and you're driving for mad hours is the scenery. Because you hit some of these roads where it's just like kind of really beautiful. And I didn't want to take that away. So what I got is the strip on the top.
Oh, nice.
But you know,
bro,
I didn't do the whole windshield.
You can get like a 70% that looks clear, right? And it'll look almost exactly the same, but it'll block the UV rays, so it doesn't feel hot, you know. But it won't change the darkness.
Well, I'm not worried about the heat. It's more like the sun in my eyes. You know, but then I have no other reason to wear sunglasses. So, nah, I just did the strip. Because like you said, it looks almost. I don't like almost.
What do you mean almost?
You said it looks almost like the way it looks.
Oh, it's not exactly. It is a little, it's a shade darker.
It's going to be a little shade, you know, and I prefer to see the colors, you know, as they are. You know, that's why I didn't, but I almost did.
Those are the mushrooms, Gary.
I almost did, man. I almost did tint the windshield too, you know, but I didn't. I just did this, and I think I'm gonna go darker. I think I'm gonna go darker on my sides. I think I'm just gonna go completely black, you know. But big up to JoJo who just hit me up from JoJo and Scotty. I love them dudes, man. Oh, shit. I don't even know what's up with that. Anyway, listen, people, I want to thank y'all for hanging out with us today on this beautiful, foggy Sunday. How is it by you? I wear my sunglasses so I can spy on my girlfriend.
I love the fans of this show.
Yeah, man. I do, man. Dude, I don't even think I'm the funniest one on this show.
No.
Not that I think you are, but I'm just saying now that we have comments coming in, dude, I think our fans are funnier than us.
I can't believe we didn't do this the whole time. This has been such a great jump into the live. It's so much better.
Yeah.
It's so much.
You guys make it so much better. It gets a little annoying just getting this dude's opinion.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you knew this or not, but what I actually do is when I get tired of something that you're saying, I just pull up a comment because then you just get thrown off completely onto a different topic.
All right. Well, here's a topic that matters. The Knicks are up 5.5.
See exactly what I did there? You didn't even respond to what I said. You just started reading the comment instead.
Ooh. Traveling Runner says, nah, y'all some funny ass mofos. And for all white people out there, that's motherfuckers.
Motherfucker.
Suck my dick. Oh man, I love that story. When John tells that story, it's the best. When John tells the story of that meeting we had, remember we had him on the show. He told the story, and he told his friend. He said, yo, I was in this craziest meeting this weekend. And his boy's like, what do you mean? He goes, picture working at a job, and your boss comes out and tells everybody, hey guys, we got some good news. We're giving you guys all raises, and everybody's like, cool. But then one dude is like, wait a minute, what? Fuck you. Suck my dick. And he goes, that was G.
What were you mad about? What was it that you weren't jiving with at that point? Because I remember the story, but I don't remember why you were mad.
Well, look, because I knew there was bullshit behind it. I knew that it wasn't. They said it was a raise, and technically it was, but you know they were like, oh, it's a raise, and we're gonna start taking your taxes out. So when it was all said and done, I was making less than I was making before they would take.
Right,
my attitude was, look, Brian using that mental karate. Yeah, you're doing it again. These are not the joints you're looking for. You're doing it again to me, Brian. All right. But yeah, I knew it was just a cloak on fucking with my money. And by the way, I wasn't wrong. Okay, just so you know, people, I wasn't wrong. But that shit is hysterical. And he goes, and the way you said dick, he goes, you wasn't just like suck my dick. You were like suck my dick.
Was it Merc too? Is that who you said it to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course, man. Me and Merc have had some battles, yo. That's one thing, man. Forever connected, even if it's just in the battles.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, watching you yell at each other is pretty funny. Because he yells too. He likes to yell.
Oh, yeah. And then that's when I yell. I don't yell until motherfuckers yell at me, because then I'm like, hold the fuck up. Don't go yelling at me. I'm the oldest motherfucker in this room. You know? But anyway, man. Once again, we tried to sign off, but I guess, whatever. Nothing's in stone, man. But I want to thank everyone for listening, man. Traveling Runner, man. Own Please, Stormy, everyone that keeps coming back. Thanks for putting up with us last week with all the technical difficulties and stuff, and still coming back, man. Today went off without a hitch. You can follow Brian at Brian T. Licata. Follow me at Gary G. Garcia. Check out my special, You Did Not See Me Here Tonight, on YouTube. Listen to me every Monday on WHXZ, I think it is. Whatever, 100.7 on the JoJo
WZXL.
WZXL. Thank you very much, man. And and you catch me every Monday at the Grizzly Pear for the Not Quite Tuesday show. And we missed you. We missed my man from Fact. You guys rock. You guys rock too, man. Thank you guys. Have a great weekend yourself, man. Love y'all. Till next time. Peace.
Peace.